Hello and welcome to my Beast Mastery Hunter Guide for patch 7.1 in Legion. My name is Zerberas and today I'm going to show you how to maximize your DPS with your Beastmaster. This guide is separated into different sections. To jump to a specific one, click one of the titles. Beastmaster is currently not as strong as Hunter specialization, but it performs decent. Reasons to play your Beast Mastery Hunter over Marksman is the easier rotation as well as its mobility. Beast Mastery Hunters don't have a single ability that requires them to stand still and cast. It's also predicted to pull ahead DPS wise with the Nighthold rate with the set bonuses. As the right choice of talents is mandatory to play your class at its maximum performance, we will go over them first. I will also try to give you a little bit of insight for each specific talent row. Starting from the top, we got our first choice between Big Game Hunter, Way of the Cobra and Dire Stable. Basically we have a simple choice between Way of the Cobra for maximum single target DPS and Dire Stable for maximum multi-target damage. Big Game Hunter is not very useful as there are currently no encounters where a specific boss will always be above 80% health constantly. In general, you should have Dire Stable as a default choice as most of the raid encounters are multi-target and Mythic Plus dungeons contain tons of trash. The second row contains Stomp, Dire Frenzy and Chimera Shot. This row is poorly weighted and you should pick Stomp in every situation as it's simply the best talent here in regards of damage. Following, we got the choice between our movement enhancing talents, namely Post Haste, Fast Rider and Trailblazer. Trailblazer might have a sweet spot for farming old raids, but Post Haste is the way to go here. Fast Rider is just unreliable and will only leave a bad taste in your mouth. In the middle row we got the talents One with the Pack, Bestial Fury and Blink Strikes. Here we got the same scenarios in our first talent row. In general you want to pick Bestial Fury, but for multi-target situations where 3 or more targets are involved permanently, you want to use Blink Strikes as they affect your Beast Cleave heavily. One with the Pack on the other hand is kind of useless. At level 75 we are offered a choice between Binding Shot, Wyvern Sting and Intimidation. This row won't affect your DPS and is purely based on your preference, although I would recommend Binding Shot as this one offers the most utility in most situations. Second to last we can choose between a Murder of Crows, Barrage and Volley. Actually this is the only set of talents where all 3 abilities are kind of usable. Your standard choice here should be a Murder of Crows for 1 to 3 target situations. Volley, your standard heavy AoE choice, and Barrage in situations where many targets are far spread out. And finally in the last row we have the choice between Stampede, Killer Cobra and Aspect of the Beast. If you can get Stampede off for its full duration on at least 2 targets, it will be the best choice, but in single target as well as movement heavy situations, where the enemies won't stand still for at least 12 seconds, you want to use Killer Cobra. Aspect of the Beast is pure trash. The Beast Mastery weapon is one of the most straightforward artifacts to skill. As usual, you want to get to your golden traits as fast as possible. The route we are going to use is the following. After skilling Heartless Bond as our first trait, we are directly moving to the left upper side. Now we just move up and take every golden trait with us until we reach Titan's Thunder at 26 points spent in our artifact weapon. After that we are going back to the starting point, getting our 3 points in Spitting Cobras, followed up by Spirit Bond, and then we take the last remaining 3 points of Natural Reflexes, followed by Hunter's Advantage. For relics, you want to have Pack Leader and Jaws of Thunder whenever possible. Going forward regarding the optimal stats, the first thing to know is that there are no haste, crit or mastery caps you must reach. You should just follow the stat priority that is shown right now on the screen. Agility straightforward pushes damage, mastery increases the damage your beasts are doing, haste reduces cooldown on abilities and increases focus regeneration, and critical strike is there for the big numbers, and Versitility flat increases damage done and decreases damage taken. Core part of getting started for raiding is the preparation of your gear as well as carrying the consumables with you to perform. You want to make sure that the neck you are wearing has a mark of the hidden satyr enchanted on it. The back should be empowered with a binding of agility and the rings should have a binding of mastery. If you have any sockets in your gear, you want to put one Saber's Eye of Agility in it. And put some Masterful Shadow Rubies in every other one, since the Saber's Eye is unique usable. For consumables, you want to always have a Flask of the 7th Demon, a Fishbowl Special Food, as well as a Defiled Augment Rune active. For pot as well as pre-pot, you want to use a potion of prolonged power. For players new to the raiding scene, a pre-pot is basically a usage of a potion shortly before the start of a boss encounter, to be able to get the effect a second time per fight, as the usage of it is limited to one per fight. The rotation of a Beastmaster doesn't require you to stand still and therefore stays the same in every raid environment. As we don't have to plan to adjust our skills to our movement, we can put out maximum DPS at any given time. Your goal in single target fights is straightforward and only includes 4 different abilities. Use your Titan's Thunder on cooldown when your Dire Beast is active. This ability is only available to you when you spend at least 26 points into your artifact weapon already. Also use Dire Beast and Kill Command on cooldown. Cobra Shot should be only used to not focus cap. Don't make the mistake to dump all your focus with it. In multi-target fights you want to prioritize multi-shot over any other ability to keep your passive Beast Cleave up. Beast Cleave will give your pet the ability to hit every target in melee range with its attacks for 4 seconds. So keep an eye on it, and more importantly, keep the passive up. Your offensive cooldowns are Bestial Wrath and Aspect of the Wild. You want to use them as often as possible during the fight, as they both don't got high cooldown and are extremely damage pushing. As defensive cooldowns, you get Aspect of the Turtle to shield you for all your damage for 8 seconds, but while using it you cannot attack, and Exhalation, which heals you for 30% of your total life and your pet for 100% of its life. Also, if you pulled aggro, you got a useful ability called Feign Death. The standard opening sequence basically reads as follows. First you want to use a potion of prolonged power just short before the fight. After that you want to cast a Murder of Crows, activate both of your offensive cooldowns, use Kill Command or Multi-Shot depending on the quantity of enemies, and cast Dire Beast. After that you just want to proceed with your normal rotation. And as always, I have some tips for you to get a little more DPS out of your spec. Make sure that you delay your Dire Beast if your Bestial Wrath is just about to come off cooldown, as the use of a Dire Beast will reduce the cooldown of Bestial Wrath by 10 seconds and you would waste it. Try to have nearly full focus when using Bestial Wrath when you choose the talent Killer Cobra, to be able to cast as much kill commands as possible. For macros there's really only one macro I never want to miss again, my CancelAura Macro. But by no means are there no other useful macros. I will put my favorites in the description of the video, be sure to check it out. For add-ons there are tons of useful ones, but I will just mention some of the most important ones quickly. For raiding in general, you should have Deadly Boss mods, Exhaustus raid tools, Details, Tidy Blades, Weak Auras 2 and Get the Fuck Out installed. For more details on these add-ons, you will see a link to a video I made about them on the screen. In addition to these add-ons, you should also own the add-on pawn to properly recognize upgrades. If you feel a need for an extra focus bar, I would recommend class mods. You will find stat weights for your pawn as well as some other useful weak aura strings in the description of the video. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed our little journey in the world of a hunter and learned the one or the other thing. If you got any open questions, feel free to comment them and I will gladly answer them as soon as possible. It would help me out a lot if you would like this video or subscribe to me for updates around World of Warcraft and the hunter class in specific. Happy hunting!